All right, welcome to the show tonight. We have Brian Horan. You won't want to miss this one. Brian Horan.
So you feel, as far as Donald Trump's concerned, his victory comes down to trade. It comes down to those Rust Belt states.
And Bernie would have won them. Bernie beat Hillary in Michigan and Wisconsin.
They
ran the wrong person. They really did. If they wanted to win.
Well, Trump had the energy. He had the people behind him. He had the energy behind him.
And he had nobody behind him, though, dude.
Well, he had I'm talking about like the people that went to his rallies. There was a lot of energy. He was like
Yeah, I gotcha. I think, if you look, dude, at Hillary, it is amazing she lost. She even, had the Bush family, saying nice things about her. How do you lose when you have the media and even, major Republicans? Didn't Colin Powell say he was supporting her?
The Bushes, I'm not surprised if Colin Powell, I'm not surprised if maybe even Dick Cheney, if you can believe that.
How do you get all that support and lose or not be able to convince people you're honest? I think her trustworthy thing, it tanked her. I don't trust her. I don't like the Clintons. I'm glad. I hope they're gone. I hope Chelsea doesn't run for anything. I don't think their family is good for progressive politics at all. You know who they remind me of? Is Jim and Tammy Faye Baker from the 80s.
Well, and people do get annoyed when it's like a monarchy. It's like you're coming back to rule us again. No, we'll make that decision. It seemed like them and the Bushes wanted to keep coming back and unleashing their power on us.
Besides raising money with you at Telefund, I phone banked for Obama. I did get out the vote efforts for Kerry. I really thought in 2008, I was around Democrats. And I had the sense that people felt, okay, this lady voted for the Iraq War. She's not a good person to run. What happened? Why did people forget that? I just don't get it, man. I felt like after the Iraq War, all these clowns that supported this stuff, they should have been gone. Pundits, politicians.
Yeah.
I don't care. Even military brass that rubber stamped it or thought it was okay.
Yeah, the establishment put her forward like it was inevitable. It was absolutely inevitable, and people don't like that.
It's all over pop culture, dude. Do you remember the Simpsons movie where it had Hillary Clinton hypothetically as president?
Doesn't surprise me. There's been
another movie I like a lot too, Southland Tales. I don't think that movie director intended to brainwash anybody or I don't know. I don't think the Simpsons did either, but I think it was kind of the consciousness of a lot of people that she'll just be it. The lady worked for Walmart. Her running mate Tim Kaine he supported right to work. Who are these people?
That's horrible.
I know, dude.
He was ridiculous, and he seemed completely milquetoast. And I'm surprised.
I thought, dude, when they reopened the FBI investigation, I just thought, if it really did come down to Tim Kaine, he would have lost.
I'm surprised. Go ahead.
No, I'm cool, man. I want to hear what you think.
Well, you're obviously smarter than I am, and you know a lot more about this. But I'm surprised the Green Party didn't do as well. I'm surprised what's her name with the Green Party. I thought that she might get some of Bernie Sanders' vote. It just never went toward him. And Johnson never.
I think a lot of people, Augie, were so scared that I think the media and the Clinton campaign drove people to think that if Trump got elected, the apocalypse would happen. And I think what's funny, Augie, the Libertarians actually did well enough to get federal funding and to get better ballot access. The Greens didn't. But I think the people on the left just thought and maybe some of it was people that lived through Bush like us and older people that were just oh dear God, we can't you know, maybe they voted for Nader, or I don't know, or even sat it out.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
were just like, but I think, like, I've noticed on Facebook threads, like, people have, I mean, look at even, like, I don't know if you've seen the video on YouTube of the celebrities melting down over Trump's win, being in tears. And,
Yeah,
like,
I have.
Dude, it's not that, I mean, what I feel is this, Augie, like, our system is so screwed up that if it wasn't Trump, it just would have pinned somebody else maybe in the next 4 years. Like, our system needs to get fixed. Like, I mean, what I would have thought if Hillary won, Ted Cruz would probably could have won the next election.
Yeah, the pendulum swings like that.
I kept thinking, even in this election, is like, how, like, I thought for, like, after the convention and stuff, I kept thinking, like, how are you tied with this guy? Like, I mean, and that's, but that said, like, people should not underestimate him. He's not stupid. But I mean, you know, I don't know, like, it is amazing that people are okay with this guy. Like, I think he's racist. I mean,
but that's okay. Yeah.
Well, it's not. I don't know, dude. I mean, the problem is anybody, the way our parties work, I call it the shit floats in the toilet. Like, it's power. It just, the worst people, like, go to the top. I don't know how our dynamics work, but, like, the people, like, both parties have produced are so flawed.
Is Bernie Sanders the only real liberal in the Senate, in the United States Senate? He seems like the only person that's worth anything.
I don't know. Like, I worked for Denver Public Schools under Michael Bennett, and I thought he was an okay guy. I met him once. Even he seemed sincere. Mm-hmm. You know, he seems like a nice guy, but I don't get him. He bitches about money and politics, and he takes it. And, you know, what I think that needs to happen is I think that Democrats need to follow Bernie's campaign finance model. Dude, this is the thing. Like I told you just a little bit ago, like, Trump spent a quarter of what Clinton did, and she lost.
Well, he had so much free, basically free advertising through free media attention. And I don't think it works the way it used to. His Twitter, I mean, he was always on TV. I don't think those ads work as much.
But I think, you're right. I agree with you. I agree with that.
But it is amazing that they kept putting so much money into it, and he simply didn't need to. That is crazy.
I think, like, they need to do what Bernie did and raise money from small donors. I think, like,
he's proven that you can do it.
Yeah. It makes people trust you.
Exactly. You know, Sanders, I've been aware of him since maybe 2009, 2010. And, you know, do you remember that AM 760, that left-wing radio station here in Denver? So I used to listen to that. I used to listen to that all the time. He was really the only, of course he was an independent, but he was the only one that would go on. And I just became, none of the other ones were anywhere to be found. Brian, this was absolutely great. I want to do this again very soon. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night.
Pleasure.
Peace out.